Hello everyone, Alex here, and today we're gonna talk about Deathstroke, since he's now in a legendary banner. Who should unlock him, how good he is if he's big, and how average he is if he's small. So let's go. Deathstroke is an interesting character, but he's more like, couldn't say it in another way, he's a well candy. He's not a free to play usable character in a big degree. I pulled him randomly by very early in the game by pulling the weekly recruitment, somewhere around like 70th pull. I pulled Deathstroke, and for a long time he was just sitting at the bottom of my roster, like similar value than Penguin, for example. I was using him in some cases in my third main stages team when I needed 3 teams and I wanted to have, for example, there was like a Captain Cold that was very annoying with their shields, and you wanted to kill the front row and quickly. So I had him with Batman, chip away at him. When I sing with Deathstroke, he puts out tons of bleed. And where it says here that they go through shields, but also if the opponents have bleed on them when they cast a shield, the shield will be weaker. So it will even be like 0 shield if you have many bleeds on the character. And Deathstroke goes very fast and does do many basic attacks that he does put a lot of bleeds on the opponents. Also, I was using him in the Owlman Evil Falls. You kind of have to use him here. You see he's here as recommended. And he's basically the character that can help you push Owlman, even if he's very smaller than other characters. For example, him at rank 7 and Wonder Woman rank 10. He's still better in most cases to use here. Or you can use both in the team. And Owlman casts a lot of shields. And where is it? Is this one? Yeah. Being regarded as a shield, the Owlmobile is capable of absorbing damage up to 25% of max HP. Owlman, you need to have a lot of shields, bleeds on him, so otherwise he has very big shields that you can't get through quickly. So he can help you push Owlman to some degree, even as rank 7. I brought Owlman, I don't remember, but level 21 or something, 22. Wasn't too bad, but besides that he was unusable. He wasn't nice. So in contrast with other legendaries, for example, you unlock Sinestron, you rank him up to rank 7, you can have a decent debuff team as your third team. You can push Convergence Crisis where you need a villain team. I was kinda using Deathstroke in, but he wasn't helping me push as much as a rank 7 Sinestro did. Also at rank 7 Sinestro is awesome at the third league challenge with a Steppenwolf, since he does superpower damage, and you will already have Raven in there. But back to around Deathstroke, the conversation. Blue Beetle is another character that you unlock at rank 7. He's very usable. He helps you in the main stages. He can help you in Elite Arena. If you rank those 2 characters up, like Sinestro and Blue Beetle, Sinestro's ultimate now starts costing 3. If you suck many debuffs, he is doing a lot better, can even help you win in Elite Arena sometimes, and put out bigger scores on League Challenge 3. And has made a very nice debuff team for main stages. and helps you push the villain campaign and in Convergence Crisis. Blue Beetle at rank 8, now you use him in main arena, you win in the elite arena a lot more, you can move this team to the first main stages and is very, very stronger. Deathstroke at rank 8, he's definitely better. He can strengthen a debuff team because he goes very fast and he starts the match by, where is it? With a 30% action bar, and he gains, or 35, he gains a lot of action bar doing his ultimate, and he is putting out some damage and also debuffs because always he applies bleeds, so you can have then Sinestro quickly have his ultimate at a lower cost, then he uses it. Also you can throw Deathstroke against the shield caster or against the strongest character. For example, there's a tank and the minion, you have him go after the tank, so then when you finally use Sinestro's ultimate, the tank has chipped away some of the damage and you kill the front row quicker that way. I use him in Elite Arena as rank 8. He is not good. He didn't really help me. There were a few matches where I've seen him do some good things in replays and he helps me win, but my Elite Arena team here, I even replaced him because he wasn't good. Like the second team where I have a debuff team basically. I did just throw recently Mr. Terrific in there. I had Deathstroke. This was a team that was winning like 10-15% of the time. It's not that great. Even bringing Sinestro to rank 9, it wasn't doing a lot better, and I tried Terrific in there at rank 8, same as Deathstroke, but Deathstroke is also legendary. It's a bit harder to reach at rank 8 or more expensive with 8 metal and whatever, and you have to select them from the Elite Arena store, and where you lose other characters that you can buy every month as legendaries to upgrade. And I'm doing better with Terrific. I win a lot more. So yes, he helped me push my third team in main stages. Sometimes I had him on the second team. He helped me a little bit more push Owlman and the villain Convergence Crisis. But Sinestro at rank 8 added a lot more value for me, same as Blue Beetle. That being said, I'm gonna showcase a Deathstroke at rank 10, where I have selected as a mercenary. I've also have the same mercenary at rank 9, where they were at rank 9, and he wasn't like super awesome. He helped me a bit because they are at higher level, but at rank 10 he really shines because his ultimate goes to 1 instead of 2 consumption. So if you have them with a debuff team, you can start using both Deathstroke and Grodd's ultimate. There's many debuffs and damage to the opponents, and then Sinestro can keep going. I would still prioritize Sinestro at rank 10, but the good thing with the Deathstroke is that he's more plug and play. You can throw him easier at any team. Sinestro, you need to build a team around him. Deathstroke you can use in many teams to make them stronger, and use him, for example, at League Challenge 2 as a big physical damage dealer. I know the person that I'm gonna use his Deathstroke is using Deathstroke as the main damage dealer in League Challenge 2 and are putting out great scores, and it's definitely recommending Deathstroke as an awesome character. So I'm gonna showcase him now. So let's do the system recovery where the opponents are very high level. So that's a team I'm usually using him in main stages. I'm a level capped there, so I'm gonna showcase him here. So you start the match, and one cost is amazing because you can cast a lot more ultimates from other characters in the match. He has a lot of burst damage, like Batman, but he also hits some adjacent, and he's going faster, so he puts out more debuffs for Sinestro to work with. So Sinestro already can cast an ultimate. There's one energy left for Deathstroke to use it. There are some bleeds, so he has got a way weaker shield than normally, and it's gone. And I don't think Megaro does anything with Deathstroke because his ultimate doesn't hit directly, but he had the crystal on Deathstroke, and what's awesome was because he also has a lot of slice seal of his own and more energy left to cast more ultimates to get Sinestro going more, but also Deathstroke is doing a lot by himself. See how much he chips away at Lex's health, and now Lex will cast very very small shields. Now we can extend all those bleeds that are probably 15 bleeds also on him. Now they are for one more turn extra. We can cast Sinestro's ultimate. And we can use this because it's one energy for Deathstroke. And again he takes many turns and he kills everyone quickly, and he works very well with Sinestro. So I think that was a great showcase. So for Deathstroke, if you can afford it, this is an awesome artifact for him because he has already life steal at his bats at 25. He has 9.7%. If you have this gives him another 5 or 10%. Then it gives him 15% life steal for 2 rounds and more damage amplification. Then he's a beast. He destroys everyone. He's already fast. He has a haste. He has a frantic. He's super survivable. You can even throw him in the front row. Many people are doing that because he drains a lot. I maybe try to put him in a team with Zatanna. I don't know. Those two will do nothing for him because his ultimate doesn't do damage. He just uses a basic faster. I'm using this on him because this deals some damage to your teammates, but it heals him up and it gives him another 5% lifesteal, which really helps him survive. Can be up to 10%, or the Riscan, because it really works with his kit, that he gains a lot of action by himself, like 30, 35, 40% when he uses his ultimate, and at the start of a match he has a chance of doing more basics, and he does his damage. His ultimate basically is doing more basics. So having him get a kill, that he's very fast and you can manage it playing it manually. So he gets a final kill, and also with his blade he gets kills. So it will give him 50% more action bar or 60% if you have this maxed out, that I'm relatively close to. I'm waiting for the new artifact to come out, and then I'm gonna pull a lot and max also this one out. So it will give him more action bar to go faster and keep going. It basically does the same as his kit, but also if you have this at level 2, when triggered permanently increases basic attack damage by 35%. That's very strong because he's only doing basics. At the same time, I found, and I kind of want to test this at rank 5 because this gives him 60 instead of 50% action bar and can be triggered 2 times. So he can really kill people and go faster. And part of his kit is that when there are 2 enemies or fewer left, he also gets a 30% more crit. So he can really be like a almost like last character alive, but he is a beast at the very end. At the same time, I found that okay, this is a lot better on other characters. This is not really good on many characters, especially like if you consider like Red Hood. I don't like this at all on Red Hood. I find this impactful in many situations in Elite Arena. Also, many times in main stages where this will activate, the match will already be determined. Like if you can kill someone, okay, you can kind of manage this to kill like a weaker person in the front row and then have more basic damage to kill the other one. But usually, if you can manage to kill someone, you already kind of won, and half the match is over, and you take advantage of that when you need it less, when you already have determined that you are most likely gonna win. While the 5% the life steal and the extra healing that he does from this, and the at least 2% more HP that he gets from tier 1 talent from this encounters with this, can help him stay alive longer and could even be stronger. Probably I will do this, especially if I had this maxed out, all things considering, but like what would be best on Deathstroke, because you cannot really afford Chaos Crystal, otherwise it's awesome on him, and you can use it in some situations. For example, League Challenge 2, if you're using Deathstroke, definitely would be awesome on him. But this Riscan, I have better uses for this, while this is kind of wasted on many other characters into almost a negative, while Deathstroke can make this work and take advantage of its life steal. I think the 10% life steal will be very strong on him. Even having 35% basic attack damage, it's not really useful if he dies. And he's kind of squishy, that's why he doesn't work great at rank 8 in Elite Arena, because he's squishy, he's kind of easy to die, and you cannot have Raven reviving everyone. Because Sinestro is not like the biggest super survivable character. I don't have the Chaos Crystal on Sinestro at the moment, and there's some tanks in the front row that might die. I found that with this, some situations Deathstroke really take advantage of this and it's awesome, but in many situations it's better actually to have more survivability on him and give some breathing room to Raven to revive people at a strong pace and not have 2-3 people tied together because Deathstroke is squishy. Let's show him at the same system recovery chapter. Now my Deathstroke, just to make a point that he's not that great at lower stars. He definitely helped me main stages and a little bit in the... I use him at least in Elite Arena and in the Owlman, Evil Falls, and a little bit with Convergence Crisis villains. So let's use him here. That's usually like the setup I would be going with main stages. I usually have the mirror and maybe the bat cycle, so it adds a little bit more debuff that I'm not using elsewhere, rather than the throne and the Batmobile. So okay, he goes first, he adds some debuffs, he hits a few times, then they will have smaller shields, bigger than before. Okay, it's the start of the match. Now we can use one more ultimate. One of them is gone. I'm gonna use this to heal her up because she's about to die. Does she revive someone before dying? He's gone. Very squishy. So it's done now. He's a little bit slower. You have less ultimates to play with. I don't know if this was the perfect example of showcasing the weak Deathstroke, but definitely I lost where I would have won. You could argue that happens to some degree with every character, but Deathstroke is really like at rank 7, he's like D tier. At rank 8, he's maybe like B tier. At rank 10, he's S tier. So he's a lot more of a character that you need to have at a high rank to do better and win. I'm not really sure about rank 9, probably like B plus or whatever. So he's not like that awesome. He would be doing a little bit more damage. He gains something. He gains a 5% more action bar every time he starts a match and uses his ultimate. Maybe he's low A, I don't know. He helped me a bit as a mercenary at rank 9, but at rank 10 he's a character that can really plug in many situations, even system recovery when you want to kill them fast in many cases. Whereas Deathstroke is kind of a slower character to get going. Of the two, I would still say like Sinestro, a big Sinestro can help you push main stages and will have more value into the game. Deathstroke, as I said, is for challenge 2. He fits into a debuff team very nicely. I've seen some people using him with a block team in Elite Arena, but I don't particularly like that because he gets counterattacked a lot and dies in the mirror match, especially if he gets kind of squeezy, especially if he's not at rank 10. It's not a super smart thing to do in my experience. He gets some stuff here in his badge, which is life steal, attack bonus, damage amplification, which are very nice. He at rank tier rank 20, his emblem gives him crit chance, crit damage, so you can use some crit gear on him and make it work a little bit better. I have 4 damage because the bleeds are based on attack. But you could also try to do like 4 crit and 2 attack, especially if you have crit pieces here with attack bonus. Some people have speed on him. I know I had, and it's not too bad, but he's already super fast and takes many turns. Maybe if you have a speed piece that has attack bonus here, it would be nice. Maybe you can still test that more extensively. I think he's better with a 4 attack and 2 crit, and most people that have him big in Elite Arena that use him or used to use him because he's not extremely great there. Have like something like this, like 4 attack and 2 crit more often. Sometimes they have 2 speed. I don't feel like he needs the speed necessarily. It will help him survive a little bit longer with hitting a bit more often with a lifesteal. But he already is getting like 40% action bar here. So he benefits a bit less from speed than other characters in the sense that it will affect only 60% of his turn, not everything. At the same time, he may do a basic attack a little bit more often than heal. You could say the same for attack though, that he does more damage, he heals the turns that he's taking, and he can kill opponents a little bit quicker by having more damage, and the bleed damage at the end will stack up. Not a massive fan of a small Deathstroke, if I'm gonna be honest. Rank 7 he was pretty much useless, very little uses. Rank 8 he's nice to have. Definitely notice a bump in my main sages that I could push like two more chapters or whatever, like 54 and 55, I don't remember exactly who they were, and I'm happy with him. If there he's better than a rank 10 badge 25 Batman at in the same team in main sages. Kinda disappointed of how little he helped in Elite Arena. So would I pull for him? I can have quite enough to get the 5 per day for a Peacemaker to get this daily done. That maybe can help me buy a bit more stuff in the shop. I don't think Peacemaker is a better character. Maybe he'll end up being by having a stronger team. That the team that can help him do more stuff because they synergize with each other. I wouldn't prioritize pulling Deathstroke and losing out of the rewards for Peacemaker just to unlock him, or even to rank him up from 7 to 8. I don't think he has a massive value that he has. He definitely becomes a lot more usable and strong, but not awesome. And even now, if I bring him from 8 to 9, first of all, I will need another 48 metal that are rare, so it would delay upgrading other characters. For example, Sinestro rank 10. There's a small chance of pulling him, so I would really need to pull him a few times and be super lucky. At rank 10 he's awesome. He's more like a character for spenders that will be having a lot of super critic tokens to play with, and then you can use him and do a better score in the League Challenge 2 and in main stages, and you can even slot him in Elite Arena being a very big damage dealer that has a very cheap ultimate, so you can use many other ultimates that can fit into debuff. Maybe next season will be just straight damage dealers like they did the previous one, that it had reduced physical damage. Now they may have reduced superpower damage, so characters like Peacemaker's teams, the 11th Street Kids, will get more play, and Deathstroke will be a character that is a physical damage dealer.